Lululemon is one of the worst performing stocks in the last quarter. Actually, it is down by 39% from its peak in December 2023. And why is it down so much? Well, nobody can actually know why. However, some of the factors that may have influenced the price drop include fears of slowing growth in the core Americas market and the departure of Lululemon's chief product officer, Sun Cho, who was known for bringing constant innovation to the company's products. So, is Lululemon cheap? Is it an investment opportunity? Or was it just overvalued and the price drop is a correction of that price? Well, let's try to find out. If you were to invest $1,000 into this company 10 years ago, you could buy around 25 shares, and now they would be worth something close to $7,700. And that is a gain of 670% in 10 years. That is a great result. But of course, we have to remember that the future does not have to look anything like the past. Individual insiders, that is a check. 3.6% of the company is owned by individual insiders, and we would like to see this number over 2%. And are individual insiders buying? That is an X. They are mainly selling in the last year. And do super investors own this company? That is a check. There is one super investor that owns shares of Lululemon, and it is François Rochon. And this position makes up over 2% of his portfolio. And is he buying right now? That is a check. François Rochon bought almost 7,500 shares last quarter, and Lee Ainsley closed his position by selling almost 2,000 shares. Return on invested capital, that is a check at 25.3% 10-year median returns. And we want to see this number higher than 10%, so that is a very nice result. It shows that the management is doing a really good job. And what do we know about net profit margin? It is a check at 5-year average of 14.2%, and the sector median is only 4.9%. So Lululemon has a very meaningful pricing power over its competitors. And now let's take a look at share buyback. It is a check. In the last 10 years, they bought back 11.8% of shares. And how is the debt looking? It is a check. Lululemon does not have any debt. That is something I really like to see, because as Peter Lynch used to say, it is very hard to go bankrupt without any debt. Revenue growth, that is a check at 19.7% 10-year compound annual growth rate. And we would like to see this number higher than 10%. But it only gets better. Free cash flow growth, that is a check at 25.3% in the last 10 years. And earnings per share growth, that is also a check at 20.4%. So Lululemon not only has an impressive financial health, but also its growth is very strong. Price to earnings ratio is 24.8, so basically the same as the average for the S&P 500. But PE ratio is not really enough to determine if a company is cheap or not. To value Lululemon, we will use a discounted cash flow formula, and so we will have to estimate its growth for the next 10 years. So, in the low scenario, we will estimate a growth of 11% for the first 5 years and then 9%. In the medium, 14% and then 12%. And in the high scenario, 18% and then 15% growth. So the low scenario is predicting that Lululemon will grow with the athletic apparel market, so at around 11.4%. Medium scenario shows a story in which they are outperforming their competitors, and the high one is much closer to the growth of Lululemon in the last decade. So, with such estimates, the intrinsic value in the low scenario is $315, in the medium $387, and in the high scenario $496. But we have to always apply a margin of safety to those prices. You can use any margin that makes you feel comfortable. Of course, the higher the margin, the safer the investment, but I will use a 30% one. And with such a margin, we get in the low scenario $220, in the medium $271, and in the high one $347. And the current price is around $298. Lululemon is probably somewhere close to its fair value after the recent price drop. So it is not really cheap, but maybe we are getting a great company at a fair price. Let's take a look at our stock ranking to get the overview of Lululemon. So here is our company, and here we have all the scores for things like financial health, growth, dividends, and so on. And when we sort those companies by financial health, we see that Lululemon is just outside the top 10. So that is very good indeed. And when we open the company's overview, we see that it is a super strong business that does not pay any dividends. But if you don't care about dividends, then everything else looks very nice. So what is the bear case for Lululemon? Well, economic recessions or downturns can significantly affect consumer spending on high-end athletic wear. Lululemon's premium pricing might scare away customers during tough economic times, leading to decreased sales. Also, shifts in consumer trends and preferences can pose a risk. If customers move away from athletic wear or prefer cheaper alternatives, Lululemon's growth could be in trouble. Keeping up with fashion trends and consumer demands is crucial. And here we get to the last point, and it is the departure of Lululemon's Chief Product Officer. And after this decision, the company announced an organizational restructuring and said that it would not replace the CPO position. Such big changes don't have to be negative, but they add another unknown to the equation. And what is the bull case? Lululemon has built a strong brand reputation for high-quality, stylish, and functional athletic wear. This brand, along with a loyal customer base, provides a solid foundation for stable growth. Lululemon has significant room to grow both in US and internationally. Expanding into new markets and increasing market penetration in existing ones can drive revenue growth. Additionally, the company can also explore new product categories. What is also important is that historically, Lululemon has been more popular among women, but the men's segment is growing rapidly. By capturing a large share of the men's athletic wear market, Lululemon can significantly boost its overall sales. If you enjoyed this video, then check out my analysis of VF Corporation that owns such brands as North Face, Vans, or Timberland. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.